Tamil language is one of the oldest languages in the world and remains one of the very few classical languages to still be spoken. The corpus of early Tamil poetry, generally referred to as Sangam literature, dates back to even before the Christian era. Tolkappiyam is the pillar and axis of Tamil literature. This is the ancient Tamil grammar textbook and is the most extensive document regarding Sangam literature. The words Tol means ancient and Kappiyam means poem, which combined would read ancient poem. But what is most interesting about Tolkappiyam is that it's not just a grammatical treatise. It also includes classification of habitats, animals and plants. From this, we understand that Sangam literature can fit into either one of the two genres, Agam, inner, and Puram, outer. These broad categories are further broken down into 5 thenes or genres. Agam poetry represents the inner life of people, which deals with emotions such as love and longing. Each thene is associated with a landscape, which sets the scene of the poem. They are Kurinji, Mullai, Marudam, Neidal, and Palai. The union or meeting of lovers was possible in Kurinji. The theme in Mullai is waiting and longing for the lover. Jealousy, betrayal, and quarrel finds itself in Marudam. Neidal depicts a heartbroken lover, and the consequences of love comes through in Palai. Puram poetry, on the other hand, is indicative of their outer life or interactions with people, with a special emphasis on war. The corresponding Puran thenes are named after flowers: Vechi, Vanchi, Ulagne, Tumbai, and Vakai. Hence, Puran thenes reflect the many stages of war, starting with the stealing of cattle, followed by internal conflicts, then storming of the palace, and a show of might, culminating in victory. Historians argue that each of the thenes actually correspond to an economic activity carried out by the Tamils living in geographically specific regions. This was then transformed by the Sangam poets into aesthetic structures to be employed as metaphors for expressing moods and moments of love. The composition of Tamil poems followed these conventions so much that the success of a poet was directly dependent on the way he was able to assimilate animal and plant references into the human world. When land and language becomes intertwined as such, it creates an identity with powerful roots. This perhaps is the reason why Tamils are one of the most resilient people you will ever meet. They know when they stand as 10,000.